I don't even think I have to introduce him. This is Lincoln, and literally he just finished. I grabbed a pole and pulled him out of the room. They were still applauding as he ran out and raced over here. So Lincoln Cockrum is coming, and he's going to talk about change in the workplace.
Man, I've been running so much I need a rest. How's it going? Good. I'm here to talk to you about change and how to capitalize on change. Now, the thing is, before we get into that, this city, Las Vegas, has done a tremendous job on marketing their city, right? And they have told the world what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But you know what? They lie. Because if you read the tabloids and you watch TV, you will see a lot of stuff that happens in Vegas. People talk about it when they go back home. And you guys, I hope, when you're doing things that you don't want people to talk about, you're doing things that you would like people to talk about. Because a lot of things are happening right now at AutoTrader.com here in Las Vegas. A lot of things are being said in Las Vegas right now that we need to take back with us when we go. The only thing really and truly that's going to stay here is the money you lose in the slot machine. And sorry to have to tell you that, but it's the truth. So I'm here to share with you on capitalizing on change. When you hear the word capitalize, what comes to mind? Making the most. Taking advantage. You know, the first group I did it with, I had to tell them, take advantage. It's okay. You take advantage in a positive way. What else? Capitalize. Recognize. You got to know it before you can capitalize. Good. What else? Utilize. You know, when I hear capitalize, I start thinking, how can I make the most of this opportunity? How much can I learn from this opportunity? How can I maximize this opportunity? Too many of us, when we see change, we don't see opportunity. We see disruption. We see interruption. We see, oh my God, why are they doing this to me? What did I do to deserve this? Don't they know I'm busy already? And some of us are going, why all the change? Why all the change? Well, Ken Blanchard Company did a survey, and they surveyed 1,860 different companies, and they came up with 5 top issues that drive change. And the first is competitive pressure. Drive change. You know, and before we go to the big companies, let's talk about our own selves. Think about the things you've done because your brother did it, and you want to do it a bit better. Or you moved to a bigger house because your friend from high school or college, some people went to Hawaii. You want to go to Vail because you want to do, we are competitive. We salespeople, we are competitive. But let me ask you, I'm going to ask this side of the room, give me a big company name. GE, who's their competitor? GE. They make refrigerators. Kenmore, okay. This side, you give me a big company. LG. Who's their competitor? Samsung. Okay? Now, you people give us a big company that everybody knows about. Nike. Okay, who's their competitor? Reebok. Huh? Adidas, Reebok. Okay, what about a soda company? Coke. Who is their fast food company? McDonald's, Burger King, a web company. AutoTrader.com. Who's our competition? Cars.com.
No one.
Right? Nobody. I'm glad that's the way you think about your competition. So competitive pressure, 63% of the time, drives change. Because I was in a meeting with Chip, and he was saying that he was talking to the CEO of Cars.com, and Cars.com CEO was telling him that you guys are 10 years ahead of us. And Chip said, we want to keep it that way. We don't want to only keep it that way. We want to widen the gap. Right? We want to widen the gap. And to do that, we got to change. So change is good. Economic challenges. Would you agree that we are living in times of real economic challenges? Serious economic challenges? Well, that's going to prompt you. I'm sure some of you have already made adjustments in the way you spend your money and have done some little personal cutbacks. Have you? If not, you better start doing it. You know, a lot of companies are cutting back and everybody's making adjustments to cope, to ride through these tough times. Economic challenges forces us or drives us to change. Growth and expansion. What happens to any living organism that stops growing? It begins to die. Anybody ready to die? I'm glad. That was a risky question. When I asked that question, I always say, I hope nobody put up their hand. Yeah, nobody wants to die. We want to live. We want to grow. And so to live and to grow, we got to change. Skill shortages. You know, and that's Ken Blanchard's word, skill shortage. I prefer to use skill improvement. If you want to improve your skill and you want to grow and you want to get better, you got to change the way you're doing it. You got to find a better way to do it. Culture change. Do you have the sense, the feeling that we here at Autotrader.com that we are going through a culture change? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it awesome? It's a culture change. You know, I've heard some stories about how things used to be. I've just been with this company for about a year. January next year will be a year. And I've heard some stories. And the way things are heading now is like we're going from hell to heaven in some respects. The way we treat people, the way the way people are treated, the way they care about people. We're moving from sales, sell, to service and consult, but still sell. So we are changing, and we're changing our whole culture. And it's good. Do you like it? You don't like it really, yeah? Do you like it? Yes, we do. I like it. I'm so happy for you that this is how it's going to be. So these top issues that drive change, we at Autotrader.com, we are experiencing all of it. So we either got to accept it and make the most of it, capitalize on it, or find another place to exist. Eric Buffer said, in times of massive change, it is the learner who will inherit the earth, while the learned stay eloquently tied to a world that no longer exists. Those dealers who don't believe in the internet yet, we got to get them educated. We got to help them to learn the value of the internet. You know, there are many people who are still living in the flat world mentality. They're afraid of adventure and risk. People who capitalize on change, they love adventure and they take risks. You want to capitalize on change. My father, poor guy, he was not a rich man, but he left me this quote, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Stagnant water soon loses its purity, and in cold weather becomes frozen. So too inactivity saps the vigor of the mind. If you don't use it, you lose it. Fortunately for we human beings, we can get it back. We can get it back. But we've got to have the desire to get it back. And we've got to be committed to get it back. So at Autotrader.com especially, we have to expect change. Because if we don't expect change, we're going to become extinct. Would you agree? How many of you know people who are no longer here at Autotrader.com because they can't handle the change and the pace? And they're no longer here. It's a fact. Change. Most people are afraid of change. Most people, is all the statistics, the psychologists, we're afraid of change. But, and the reason why we're afraid of change is because we are creatures of habits. How many of you were in the Problem 101 class this morning? How many? All of you should have been there, right? How many of you did the exercise where Chick asked you to take your watch from one hand and put it back the other hand? Keep your hand up if you did it. How many of you have changed your watch back? Because it was irritable and you say, oh my God, I can't handle this. We're creatures of habit. But we same creatures of habit, we are also the most flexible living organism. We are the most flexible. We can adjust the most better than all other animals. I know Tanya, so I can talk to Tanya a little bit. Tanya is single, right? Let's say we promote Tanya and we send her to Alaska. She's a good sales lady. We promote her and we send her to Alaska. She go up there and in the first month she meet this handsome Eskimo guy, right? And he's good and intelligent and smart, and they get married. And Tanya is doing a great job in Alaska. She builds up the territory, and then the territory in Miami is struggling. So the VP says, Tanya, we will promote one of those Eskimo people who you hired. They're doing a good job, and we'll send you to Miami to fix the territory down there. What do you think her Eskimo husband is going to do? He's going to have to go with her, right? He's going to go with her. And then he gets to Miami, he's going to have to take off this big heavy coat and all of that, and in no time he's walking around in shorts and flip-flops and Panama hat and having beers and pina coladas and having a good time while she's doing all the hard work, right? That's how it's done in Miami, Ralph? Yeah. But if we take a polar bear from Greenland and we put him in the zoo in Miami, what do we have to do to make sure that bear doesn't suffer and die? We have to create an environment down there that's identical to his environment in Greenland. We are not polar bears. We are human beings. Some of us want to be polar bears. You know, we want to stay the same way over and over, but we are flexible people. We are creatures of habit, but we are also very flexible. We live in a changing world. Would you agree with that? We're living in a changing world, and we got to change with the world. We must learn to capitalize on change or get left behind. We must. We must learn, and you know, it's going to be your choice. It's going to be your choice. Either you choose to capitalize on change or you're going to get left behind. I can guarantee that. Change in our world. We live in the world of the internet. How has the internet impacted our lives? Or changed our lives? How? Faster, easier to research and get information. You talk about the information highway, right? How else? Better informed. A lifestyle, yeah, Facebook and all this kind of, it's crazy. What else? Pay your bills, you know. Trillions of dollars are being spent on the internet right now. Harold? Right, we're living in a world of convenience. Make the world smaller. You see those Cisco ads with the kid from America staring down the kid from Thailand online? Isn't that amazing? The world has become, I met at least one person who told me she found her husband online. You know, that's new. It's becoming more and more acceptable. People are dating online. It's becoming more and more acceptable. I'm glad I'm not going away. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to see it. I want to make sure it's for real. I want to make sure it's for real. You know? So, the internet, the auto industry. What changes have we seen in the auto industry? What changes have we seen? Or have we seen any changes in the auto industry? Bigger cars? Fuel conscious, yeah. Now they're advertising miles per gallon.
People don't need to see it or touch it or feel it.
They can go online and they can get the color, the size, the price they want. What else you see? What other changes you see at your dealers? Do we have anybody in the room who's been a general manager of a dealership? Mike, what changes you did in your dealership, in the dealership itself?
First time I remember internet customers was about 1998. And basically, this guy in the back room with a computer answered emails. And that was basically taking over every aspect of it. Advertising online, buying dealerships. Raphael said buying outside of your market, customers, shoppers buying outside of your market. That's one of the words about it. It's changed the entire thing.
Yeah, we've gone from horse and buggy to smart car. You see those little cars, they don't even have a bumper. And guess what? In a couple more years, you're going to see the cars flying around like the Jetsons. It's going to happen. It's coming. Believe it, it's coming. And some of you might see it in your lifetime. And it's awesome. We've been changing at the dealerships. Now you go into a dealership, it's like they got their coffee machines, they got their widescreen TV, they got their playroom where you can dump the kids while they beat you up or whatever they do. You know, they're making the dealership more customer friendly. Would you agree? And they're trying to they have better service areas, and mechanic areas, parts, and everybody coming to putting the things together. The outside structure is more glassy and pretty and lights and it's flags, and they're making changes at the dealership. And then at autotrader.com, I mean, yes, we can spend the rest of the evening talking about all the changes we made here at autotrader.com and all the changes that are coming down the pipe. Because, you know, we've gone from a used car internet advertising website to a total advertising solution for the automobile industry. You know, Clark Wood, our marketing VP, said something last night, and I'll never forget it. He said, I want to quote it, I wrote it down. He said, "We are not the same thing 2 days in a row." He said that. We are not the same thing 2 days in a row. That's autotrader.com. That's who you are. You're not the same thing 2 days in a row. If you carry, what does your business card say? Autotrader.com and then your name. You are the flesh and blood of autotrader.com. You're the soul and the heart of autotrader.com. You're the eyes of autotrader.com. You're not the same thing 2 days in a row. And our mission is to dramatically improve the way people buy and sell new and used cars. If we are to do that dramatically, we have to change. We have to change. And we got to become, all of us, we got to become advocate of change. So, what do we do after, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening? How many of you have said that already? Or in the past? Maybe you thought about it. I'm sure it went through your mind. How many of you have said, oh my God, what are they smoking in Atlanta? Huh? Well, are they for real? Are they for real in Atlanta? What are they thinking? Have you made us? Let's be real. Nobody else is in the room. You can edit that, right? But it's the truth, right? And that's human. That's okay. But what we got to do is we got to stop ourselves right now and say, let me see what this is all about. And we got to address this. And we got to capitalize on change. And to do that, Dr. Patricia Zigamy put together 6 common concerns of change, which I'd like to share with you that we all go through, whether we go through it consciously or subconsciously. We all experience these 6 common concerns of change. And when you become a real advocate of change, I mean, you believe in change, you look for change, you look forward to the change, you accept the change, when you have some refinement concerns. How can we make the change even better? What might work better? These are common concerns. Now, when you address these concerns with yourself, it becomes easier for you to accept the change and implement the change. Would you agree? And guess what? When you go to your dealers and you address, because they're humans like you, believe it or not, They are humans just like you. They have these same concerns just like you do. Think about it. When you go into a dealership and you address these concerns with them, what will they think about you? What kind of thoughts would they have about you? They think you're credible. What else? You care. What else? You can be trusted. They're going to think, boy, this person can read my mind. Wow. Because these are the things that are going through their mind. Now you become a true consultant. And is that where we're going? We become better consultants. So when we address these changes, these concerns that they are having, do you think they will do business with you now? They will look forward to the next time you're coming? Because you know their thoughts. And you're addressing their concerns, which are yours also. So if you address the concerns of your customers, you address the concerns of your family when you're introducing change, it will be easier. It will be easier for everybody with less stress and less anxiety. So here are some additional tips. Do not become complacent. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. You know, they say it's crazy, it's madness to do the same thing over and over again and expect different result. That's crazy. You belong in an institution. That's madness. If you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know, our CEO said something, and he said it again last night. He said, nothing wilts as fast as laurels rested upon. I think some of us don't know what the word laurels mean. It's what you're using to sit down in the chair. We got to move. We can't just sit down. We got to move. You know, a salesperson in his home office or her home office is safe. Nobody's going to kick you out of your home unless you don't pay the rent or you don't pay the mortgage. But you're safe in your home office. But that's not what you're made for. That's not what you signed up for. You signed up to go out there and address the concerns of your dealers. It's okay to do some work at home, but the more you go out and interface and do face-to-face meetings with your dealers, the more credible you become, and the more you can prove to them that you really care. Assess your situation often so you know when it's getting old and outdated. Ask yourself often, how am I doing with helping my dealers to become successful? How can I improve the way I do business? How can I improve my communication skills? How can I improve my appearance? How can I improve the impact that I make when I walk into the dealership? How can I improve the relationship I have with not just the GM, but the internet manager and the used car manager and the guy who sweeps? You know, when you walk into a dealership, not literally, but everybody should raise a hallelujah, hail, so Tanya is here, or Harold is here. Everybody should be waving. That's what is, now you're making a difference. Now you're making a difference. Keep things simple. Do not overanalyze and complicate matters. Do not speculate. Oh my God, this is the biggest mistake we can make when we speculate. You know, you get an email of a change, and what you do, you make that lateral phone call to your colleague or your buddy. Did you see what they're doing? Did you see that email? No, I didn't see it. And okay, go online right now. And this is the conversation going on between you and your friend, right? Oh my God, for real. You heard in math they said 2 negative make a positive. You've heard that? You know that? You did basic math? 2 negative make a positive? Not in this situation. 2 negative people make 2 negative people. 2 negative make 2 negative. It just compounds the problem. Make a vertical phone call. Do not make a lateral phone call. Do not talk to people who don't know. Talk to people who know the facts, because you're just going to get worse and you're going to get old before your time. And you're going to suffer from anxiety and stress because you're talking to people who don't know. Get the facts first, people. You'll save yourself a lot of stress and headache. Many times, we are not the engineer of the change. We don't initiate the change, but we become the messenger of the change, right? Most times, we become the messenger of the change. Who do we deliver the change message to? Who are some of the people we deliver the change message to? Nobody? Families? Yeah, you're going to tell them what's going on? Dealers, you got to tell them, how many of you had to take that message about the annual, help me, single day renewal? How many of you had to deliver that message? Was that a fun message? And this is how you deliver the message. Well, Mr. Dealer, those people in Atlanta, they want you to pay your thing once a year. No, to deliver the message, we got to take ownership. We've got to take ownership. It's your message now. It is your message now. You cannot use words like they. You've got to tell it in a positive way. We have found a way to help you to improve your business. We have found a way to increase the number of people who look at your dealership. We have found a way to increase the number of phone calls you're going to get. We have found a way to increase the traffic to your dealership. Tell it in a positive way. Take ownership. Use we, my, our language. You are not, it's your dealer. It's your territory. Take ownership. Discuss the reasons why we're doing this. And we go back to those concerns. Discuss the implications. How it's going to help you. How it's going to impact you. Discuss long and short-term impact. Get agreement on the benefits. This is a big mistake a lot of we salespeople make. We assume the guy is not in his head. He just wants you to get out of, finish and go. Before you leave, get agreement. Stay there and get agreement. Would you agree, Mr. Dealer, that if we did it this way, this new way, that these are the benefits you're going to get? And until he says yes, confidently, yes, you don't leave. Or you leave and come back. The last time I was here, we were talking about so-and-so, but I didn't get the sense that you really got it. I need to help you. Can we have that discussion again? So delivering the change message. Now, there are some things I want to recommend to you that should not change, that will help you to deal with the things that do change. And the first is your positive attitude. If you have a negative attitude, that has to change. But your positive attitude should not change. Your attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards you. If you expect good things to happen, I'm here to tell you good things are going to happen. Life is not going to disappoint you. If you expect negative things to happen, negative things are going to happen. It's not going to disappoint you. Your attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards you. Your faith. What's your faith? What do your belief? What you really believe in? These things don't change. Your values. What are our core values as a company? SOS stands for Simply Outrageous Service. If we want to give simply outrageous service, we're going to change the way we do it. We're going to make it better every time for it to become outrageous. MIU is unacceptable, so we've got to do it better and we've got to make changes. And TTT, tell the truth. Mr. Dealer, I dropped the ball the last time I was here. I did not do a good job of explaining to you why we're doing this. I need a second chance. Don't be afraid to be honest. Tell the truth. Friends, and when I say friends, I mean true friends. Not just your drinking buddies, but your true friends, the friend who you call at 3 o'clock in the morning to cry with and laugh with, and to, who you can depend on. Your true friends. You don't change your true friends. Your family. I know some of you might want to change your family, but your family is your family, And how do you say that word? Character. I'm struggling with that word. I know you may realize I have a little accent. I'm struggling. I say character, you say character. Huh? Character. Okay. Who you are. What you stand for. The value of your word. Your honor. Your integrity. You don't change those things. And these are the things that are going to help you to deal with the things that do change. Friends, in summary, would somebody read number 1 for us?
Change is a way of life. To live in a changing world.
And the people in that side of the room read number 2? Everybody. Let's do that again. Everybody in that side of the room read number 2. And the people on this side of the room? And Valerie?
When people do not change, they become extinct.
And everybody?
The things that do not change, that help people deal with change: faith, beliefs, character, values, true friends, family, and relationship.
6 concerns of change are information, personal, implementation, impact, collaboration, and refinement. Leaders deliver the change message in a positive way. And you're all leaders here. You're all leaders. You're the best. You are the best. You are the best. So I want to share with you 3 E's of personal growth and development which will help you to deal with change. The first E stands for embrace it. To embrace it means to accept it, to believe that is the truth. Okay? Let's do a little exercise. So let me help this point to really get inside of you. You're all sitting. Please stand up. Please stand up. Everybody, sit. Everybody, sit. One more time. Stand up, please. Sit. Okay, now look at what we just did. All of you, I was watching. No, we stood up. Thank you. We sat, and we stood up. Not one of you. Not one of you, when you stood up and was about to sit the first time, looked back to see if the chair was still there. Not one of you. You did it 2 times. You trusted. You believed. You had no doubt in your mind that that chair was still there. Right? Now, when you come to the point where you believe in autotrader.com and you believe in the internet that way, without a doubt, think about how great you're going to be in sharing that message with your dealers and how credible you're going to be because now you live in it. The second E is to experience it, to live it, because you believe it. Would you want to live something you don't believe in? No. And the last E is to export it, to share it with as many people as possible. And all of you have an average of 30, 40 dealers. You have opportunity all the time to share it, to export it, because now you believe in it. And when you believe in it and accept it, the manner in which you share it will be off the chart. Off the chart. You see, it's your choice. I can't choose for you. I wish I could, but I can't. Some of you are going to choose to be the caterpillar. Just walking around. Change come, change go, I don't mind. It's okay. They give me this change now. Guess what? 3 months down the road, we're going to go back to the same old BS. And you just head down in the ground, walking around. Some of you choose to be the cocoon. You just hide from the change. And you don't do nothing. You just sit there and hope it will go away. And you don't do anything. And then most of you will be like the butterfly. You embrace the change. You look forward for the change. You're excited about the change. You go around and you share the change and you feed the world and you make the world a much better, beautiful place to live in. Where you want to be? The butterfly. It's beautiful, man. Look at that. It's beautiful. And you know, when spring comes and you see these butterflies, they have a nice feeling about them. So my buddies, my friends, you are in the driver's seat. You are in the driver's seat. Some of you, there are other people with their hands on your steering wheel. It's time to hit their hands and say, get out of my life. Get away from my steering. Let me drive. Let me drive my own life. Let me deal with this change my way. And so drive safely, drive successfully, and drive friendly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.